starting it once again. I'm going to once again give you a brief of what we have discussed so that it will be easy to reiterate. It will be easy for you to connect with what we wanted to learn. So whenever we are talking about business letters, as I said dear, as you people are pursuing management course, many of you, or I should say most of you, every day you're going to write at least one or two letters every day or every hour. That is the quantum, that is the quantity in which you people are going to write letters because of the intervention of technology, as we have already discussed in the class in the morning that we had held. So we know that paper letters are now getting converted into electronic letters. So there is a version which is called as email, and these days, instead of writing letters on paper and then putting it into envelope and then posting it into the post box, which used to take, in fact, lot many days to get the response, or even we were not knowing whether the information that we are expecting, will we get it or not. So the letters have transformed a lot, but the kind of letter that we are going to discuss are the same. So let us understand, whenever we talk about letters, particularly the official letter or the formal letters, which are also called as business letters, these letters are written in a common format. And here is the format. The initial or the beginning of the letter starts with address of the person whosoever is writing the letter, as I have already discussed. If we are writing it on the letterhead, or if we are presenting it on the pad, the cover letter pad, in which the address of the concerned person is already mentioned, then we do not write. We avoid writing from address. We skip writing from address. We straight away will start from to address. Then comes date, subject, the salutation, the body, the content of the letter will be divided into four categories. That is introduction. We will identify what is the purpose behind writing the letter. We are going to explain it in detail. Then finally conclude it. Also, the complementary clause is very important because it talks about whom you are writing and what is the purpose. Say, for example, if you are talking about yourself, unless and until you are not going to mention your name, your contact details, your designation, the reader will not understand. So, who is the person who is writing to him? So, therefore, under the complementary clause, you should mention your name, your designation, and even the contact details if required. So keep this in your mind whenever we talk about the format. It should be left aligned. Start from address if you're writing it on white sheet. Otherwise, skip from address. Start from to. The subject that we are going to write should be in phrases. We are not going to write the complete sentence. We will not see whether the sentence that we are writing is complete or incomplete. We should know whenever you are writing the subject part should be in phrase. That means just by reading a couple of words, just by reading a few words, the person should come to know the important information that is shared in the letter. Whatever the content is denoting, whatever the content is made of or is related to, that will be shared in the subject part. So therefore, always remember, the line that we use should be catchy, it should attract the audience, and it should also make people read the complete information. That is, just by reading subject line, people will decide whether to read the letter or to discard the letter, to read it in totality or to just read and then throw it in bin. So keep this in your mind that your subject line is very, very important and it is very crucial. Hence, when we talk about writing letter, particularly for the student of management, is very, very important. Why? Because you are going to use it for different purposes. You're going to write letters based on your requirement, based on the kind of work that you are into, based on the job or the responsibilities. So you need to identify these common letters are part and parcel of your day-to-day life. Once when you join an organization, once when you are a part of an organization, even if you are willing to start your own organization, You will see you require all these types of letters. You are going to interact with people with these different kinds of letters on day-to-day basis. So let us understand about each one of them in brief. To give you a quick understanding of all these letters, let me explain them. When I talk about inquiry letters are letters which are written in order to know more. When we want to know more about product or service. Whenever we are talking about products and services, when we want to know more about it, the letter that we write, the email that we share with the other person is called as enquiry letter. For example, you are browsing Flipkart, you are browsing Amazon, or you are browsing the site of the website of any of the online portal. So when you are browsing it, you will see you're looking for shoes. You are willing to purchase a new dress. You are looking for a new mobile handset, or you may be looking for something or the other. So what do? Under your add wish list or under the wish cart, you keep including lot many things. You keep adding many things, isn't it? Why? Because you want to inquire about the product. After including everything in the wish cart, you will see that what do you generally do? You look for the features, isn't it? You look for the size, you look for the shape, you look for the quality of the product. You also look for the price. You also look for the different colors that are available. So you are inquiring. Once when the inquiry is done, once when the inquiry is made, then we decide what to purchase, what not to purchase. So that is called as purchase order letter. When you place your order, purchase order letter is also called as placing order letter. Placing order in the sense you are now agreed, you have decided what to buy. That is called as purchase order or placing an order. So once when your purchase letter is there in the hands of the person who is going to fulfill, who is going to meet your desire, who is going to fulfill your desire, that is called as sales letter. The sales letter is a letter which is written by the concerned authority or by the person whosoever is answering to your purchase letter. Say for example, you have made an inquiry and then you ordered your product. Once when your product is ordered, there will be a salesman who is going to fulfill your order, and he is going to share all the necessary required details to you. That is called as sales letter. Now, after the process is done, you made an inquiry, you made the purchase, the salesman had sold it to you, the deal is done, the purchase process is over. While you are using the product, while you are availing these services, many a times you may face problem either with the product or the service. When you are facing problem with the product or the services, what is it that you are going to do? You are going to file a complaint. You will register a complaint. The person who registers a complaint will also expect a response in order to get solution for your problem. For example, Dayakant had purchased a mobile phone from Amazon. When he used it for 1 or 2 days, he saw that the battery is not functioning in a proper way, or the charger that is given along with the mobile phone is not charging his mobile phone in a proper way. So he is going to file a complaint. So once when he files the complaint, that is the letter that is called as complaint letter. You are writing a complaint letter to the concerned person in order to raise your problem, in order to discuss about your problem, in order to let people know what is the problem that you are facing. The person who receives your complaint, he will or she will identify the problem, look for the solution, and then provide you the solution, deliver you the solution. The person who provides you the solution is handling the complaint, is the person who is giving you proper solution. So therefore, he is going to adjust your problem. He is going to resolve your problem. Either you are going to write a complaint handling letter or adjustment letter. As I have already stated, if let us take once again the example of Dayakant had raised the problem with the concerned person. Now the concerned person, if he is having another handset, or if he is having an extra charger, or if he can replace the charger, he is going to replace the charger, right? But in case if he is not able to replace the charger, in case if the mobile is not functioning well, he will either give a proper replacement in a day or two, or probably in a week, or he may even settle the account by repaying the money. Your money, whatever you have paid, the purchase that you have made will be cancelled and you will get the repayment back, isn't it? So please remember, whenever we talk about complaint letters are written when we are facing problem either with the product or the service. Adjustment letters are written in order to answer your problem, in order to respond to the complaint made by the person whosoever is using your product or service. So in order to adjust, in order to resolve, in order to give a proper solution to the problem, sometimes we prefer exchange, sometimes we may be happy by replacing or exchanging. But in case if we do not have the product, or in case if we are not able to provide the required service, we may have to repay, we may have to refund. That is common these days, isn't it? When you go for an online shopping, you order a product, first you inquire for the product, then you place an order. Once when your order is placed, you will get a confirmation mail related to your sales saying that your consignment number is so and so, your order number is so and so. You will receive the delivery of the consignment on so and so date, and then you receive the consignment. That is, the sales is done. If you are going to pay the money on delivery, that is cash on delivery, you can pay the cash on delivery and then get the consignment, or could be paid via debit or credit card. But after opening the consignment, if you come to know, or if you are finding that the product that you have ordered is defective, or the product that you were looking for, the photos, the pictures that were shown is exactly to not as per your expectation, or is not matching your expectation. So what do? You go for a replacement, or you go for refund. So complaint letter and adjustment letter are the next processes related after the sales activity, after the process of sales. Now, one more thing, many a times it happens that we have complained, we have placed an order, we have already made an inquiry, we have already completed our sales, yet the process is not complete. For example, you wanted to inquire for new mobile phone. Though you have written an email, though you have written a letter, but still you did not get any response from the concerned person. You are very keen to buy the product. What are you going to do? You will once again try to find out from the concerned people the details about your product. That is called as follow-up letter. Follow-up means sharing the information once again, reminding the people once again, making people remember about your problem again. Say for example, you have lost your mobile phone. You went to police station and you got your FIR registered. Now once when your FIR is registered, within 10 to 15 days, you should get a report, or you should get some or the other information from the police station. Now, in case if they don't respond, what are you going to do? You will go for a follow-up call. You will once again inquire, you will once again go and say that, sir, this is my application number. I have made a complaint against the loss of my mobile and I did not get any response from your end. What are you doing? You are following up. Following up means when you have already raised a problem, when you have already inquired. Say, for example, you want to purchase something. You have already placed a purchase order. The other side, say, for example, the company which was going to send your purchase order, if they don't have that in stock, so they will not respond to your call. What are you going to do? You are going to make a follow-up call. So follow-up letters are those letters which are written in order to follow up, in the sense, in order to once again find out whatever the things that you wanted to know are not yet shared, are not yet confirmed, are not yet disclosed, or are yet not yet resolved. Is this clear with everyone? So could you all understand the first 6 types of letters? If you could understand, can I get the confirmation in the chat box saying that yes, I, or I, type just I if you cleared your doubts. In case if you have any doubt, write the number of that particular letter that you could not understand. So, for example, if you could not understand inquiry letter, write 1. If you could not understand purchase order letter, write 2. If you could not understand sales letter, write 3. If you could not understand complaint letter, write 4. Or adjustment letter, write 5. Or follow-up letter, write 6. So please understand these are the common letters which we all are going to use. All right. Even if you become an entrepreneur, if you are an entrepreneur, you may be inquiring for different products. You may be placing a purchase. Then sometimes even you will be selling. Sometimes you will receive the complaint. Sometimes you will give a complaint. Sometimes you will adjust it. Sometimes you may have to receive the adjustment and then following up. The seventh one is recommendation letter. When we talk about recommendation letters are those letters that are written to recommend someone. When we talk about references, I don't know how many of you use different apps. Whenever you use any app, when you download an app, and if you share it with others, you get reference point. Do you know this? How many of you have downloaded certain gaming apps? Did you download any of the gaming app? Can I get to know about the likes and dislikes, whether you people use any of the gaming app like Candy Crush or even PUBG or something like that? So did you download any of the gaming app, or did you download the payment like app like Paytm or Google Pay or Pay You or something like that? So if you have downloaded these, you must have seen that they say if you share it if you recommend it with your friends, you will get 10 points. For each recommendation, you will get 10 points. And what do you do when you recommend? You talk about the good things. Say, for example, if you have ordered of your food order from Zomato, after receiving the order, if you mark it 5 stars, what are you doing? You're recommending it. What is recommendation? Praising. What is recommendation? Saying that yes, this is worthy enough. Sometimes when people ask you to share recommendation, you will go and you will find out the right person from whom you can get the recommendation. All right. So recommendation is like reference. Recommendation is done in order to get favor, in order to get positive points, in order to get the acknowledgement, or even you can say that in order to get a word of praise from the others, you get to have, or you generally receive the recommendation. I don't know how many of you are on LinkedIn, but if you are on LinkedIn, generally your teachers, if you have performed extremely well, or if you have done something good, not only in your studies, but other than studies in co-curricular or extracurricular activity, your teachers might have written recommendations for you. So could you understand what is recommendation? Recommendation is a kind of letter which talks about you, your good things, your positivity, your attitude, the positive attitude that you have. It talks about you, praising your activity, praising your performance, praising your deed. All right. So such letters are called as recommendation letter. For example, you're working in company ABC, and this company ABC is a very good company. After some years, because of some or the other reason, you have to leave this ABC company and then you are going to join some other company like MNC. Now, if you are leaving ABC and if you are joining MNC, if you have really worked very hard, if you were in like very industrious and you were really sincere to your job, the person, your manager or your senior, whosoever was your reporting boss, he may give a recommendation letter to the manager of MNC talking about you and your character, talking about you and your abilities. Such letters are very, very important, and they add your potentiality. They talk about your potentiality, they talk about your positive points, they talk more about your abilities. So these are again very important letters. Then comes acknowledgement. Now, whenever we talk about acknowledgement, I want you once again to explain this term acknowledgement with the help of an example. Many of you receive couriers, isn't it, dear? If you have received any courier recently, you must have seen that on receiving courier, the courier boy asks you to sign, isn't it? On receiving the parcel, they'll ask you to mark your signature and then also to mention the date and the time. Why are they asking you to mark your signature along with the date and timing? Because they want to assure that the concerned person, the right person, has received the consignment. If you have ordered from Flipkart, if you have ordered your product or whatever you have ordered from Amazon or some or the other site, when the order is delivered, they will ask you to mark your signature. What are they doing? They are acknowledging. What is acknowledgement letter? Wherein you assure. Assuring in the sense you say, yes, I have received. Like if you have taken admission at ISL, you all have received admission letter. That admission letter acknowledges. The admission letter is a proof. The admission letter is an evidence with you that now you are part of ISM. So could you all understand what is acknowledgement letter? Acknowledgement letter is to assure, to reassure, to give a guarantee or a proof that yes, the concerned person, the person to whom it was to be shared or to be sent, the right person has received the information, the right person has received the consignment or the order. We share acknowledgement letter. Then comes cover letter. Cover letter is something which talks about the product or the services in brief. In brief, in the sense, for example, let me once again explain with the help of an example, like if you have qualified your PGDM course and then you are looking for either internship or final placement. When you're looking for final placement or internship, what do? You prepare your resume or you will prepare your CV. After preparing your resume or CV, if there are any job opportunities, with the concerned person, you will share your resume as an attachment, but you will also write a cover letter. The cover letter will include a brief introduction of you. It will also have a brief information related to your qualification, including your abilities, the skill set, and then why you want to associate with the organization. For example, this is another example in order to make you understand what a cover letter is. For example, if you are writing a proposal, if you are sharing a proposal with some other person, now in order to let people know who is it who is sharing the proposal, say for example, you're working once again in ABC organization, You are working as an HR and there is a proposal which HR of ABC wants to share it with the HR of MNC. So they will write a cover letter in which they'll include the proposal as an attachment. So cover letter are those letter which talks about what is there as an attachment. Whatever you are attaching, the information about the attachment when you mention in the main letter or in the main email or the body of the email, that is called as cover letter. We are going to discuss about cover letter in detail and I'm going to show you the sample of the cover letter when we are discussing chapter number 5 related to interview technique. So for the time being, just keep this in your mind. Whenever we talk about cover letter talks about the information about the product or the services that we are willing to share with others, but in brief, not in detailed way, but only in brief. This is called as cover letter. After conducting interview, once when you qualify interview, the interviewer will hire you. The interviewer will appoint you. The letter that is received from the company to the candidate asking him or her to join the organization. If you have attended an interview, after qualifying the interview process, if you receive the offer letter, if you receive the joining letter, or if you receive the appointment letter, it is considered as appointment letter. There are other names too, as I have already stated. Appointment letter is also called as joining letter or offer letter. Don't get confused. If somebody is asking about offer letter, they are in fact talking about appointment letter. Similarly, if somebody is talking about joining letter, you should not get confused. Again, they are talking about the appointment letter. And the final thing that I want to explain in today's class is resignation letter. If you are working in an organization, when you work in an organization as an employee, if you are not satisfied, if you are working for a long time and you want to change your working place, if you want to leave one organization and join some other organization, what are you going to write? You are going to write resignation letter. Resignation letter is written by employee to employer. The person who is working in the organization, he or she will write the resignation letter to the head of the management or to your superior or to the senior under whom you are working. Now, in case if the organization, if the management or if your head or the senior most or the superior, if they are dissatisfied with the functioning, with the work of any of the employee, if the employee is not working well and they are dissatisfied and they want to remove the person from the job, they want to fire him or her, they will write termination letter. So don't get confused between resignation letter and termination letter. Is this clear with everyone? So that's all in today's class. We have discussed about the different types of official letter in which we have talked or we discussed about inquiry letter, purchase order letter, sales letter, complaint letter, adjustment letter, follow-up letter, recommendation letter, acknowledgement letter, cover letter, appointment letter, and resignation letter. In case if you have any doubts, I will really appreciate if you can ask me those doubts and get them cleared. All right. I will be sharing the link of the YouTube on which I'm going to post this class video. I want you all to go through it in case if you could not understand anything so that you can get the clarity, you can understand the important things that are shared and discussed and then accordingly get your doubts cleared. Is that clear with everyone? That's all in today's class. Thanks for attending this particular session, and I'll appreciate if you can really share your doubts.